What's going on, everybody? Mortem here, this time bringing you a look at Core Keeper. Currently, the Steam Next Fest is going on, so if you're interested in checking this title out, there is a demo available on Steam that will allow you to jump in and play a little bit if you like what you see here. Now, with the Steam Next Fest going on, my plan was to cover a couple of these indie titles, anything that has a demo that looked particularly interesting, before the launch of Elden Ring later this week. And to kick things off, we of course have Core Keeper. So Core Keeper at its heart is basically Minecraft combined with like Stardew Valley, for instance, or honestly several other games these days that have similar mechanics. But basically you're going to be dropped in a sort of underground world, and your main objective is basically to break things down, use those materials to build resources, such as a furnace, a workbench, etc., to then make better equipment to continue exploring the world and branching out and getting more and more materials. Now, like many other games, this will of course allow you to do things like build up your own base, which is done by using your furnace, etc., to make materials like walls, which you can then of course decorate the areas that you have mined out so far, as the world you start off in is very, very small. Now, there are some survival elements. You of course have a health bar as well as a food meter, meaning that you need to eat every once in a while, and with there being health, you will be encountering enemies in some sort of rudimentary combat, at least what's available here in the demo. I'm curious to see how much that is going to be expanded on. But your ability in combat largely boils down to the equipment that you have crafted for yourself via weapons, jewelry, etc. However, there is also a bit of a stat tree for you. Currently, there are 9 stats, things like mining, running, combat, toughness, farming, fishing, all that type of stuff. And as you do it, you'll actually even get the occasional perk point. I believe it is every 5 levels. And this is going to allow you to upgrade those particular things even farther, which will allow you to see more without having to put down torches, or just make you, generally speaking, more efficient at it. Now, a few other notes about Core Keeper here. You will be able to play with up to 1 to 8 players, so it is co-op if you want it to be. There also seems to be a bit of a world system at play here, which will allow you to join other people's worlds, provided you know what they are, etc. And while I wasn't able to really check it out with what I had access to today, there are apparently very large bosses that are supposed to be available. They did have some videos of one such boss that I might show off here. So there will be some sort of end goals to work towards, which is beating these gigantic bosses, as well as the more obscure goal of powering up this sort of core seed thing at the middle of the base you start at. I'm not exactly sure what this does. I didn't get that far. I'm not even sure it's available in the demo, etc. But powering this thing up is supposed to give you access to ever-increasing things. And overall, the title looks like just a very fun, enjoyable, survival-esque RPG that you can play with your friends and just have a lot of fun with. Now, it's my understanding that this title is actually coming to early access, I believe March 8th. So now is, of course, a good time to check out the demo, and then if you like it, potentially check out the early access, which will give you even more content. But there you go, guys, a short and sweet look at Core Keeper. Again, demo available now. Feel free to go check it out if you liked what you saw here. Overall, in my opinion, just looks like a little fun game to play with your friends. And as long as the early access is relatively cheap, that doesn't sound like a bad deal either. There you go, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube jazz. But regardless of any of that, truly, just thank you so much for watching. May you wander in wisdom and have an amazing day.